popping off as much in the mid game as you would like against Team Secret. So I'm a little bit worried about their just matchup in terms of pacing.
I wanted to have control of a win condition more than anything else. Like something that just sort of has options to fight early, but also doesn't let like that. I want them to run out of gas. Picking stuns is something Liquid occasionally forgets. I joke about this with Insanity a lot because like back in the day, we were playing Han like 8-9 years ago. There'd be memes we'd make like, you know, just pick stuns. Don't not pick stuns. Because if you have stuns, you can kill enemies. Part of the reason I like Boxy on Slardar so much because one, he becomes beast tanky when you get the Ags. You always have kill threat and you can take Roche. In addition, you're never going to run out of damage. So it doesn't matter. You've got this massive hero pool on Mikke and Koifa. They all are going to work well with the Slardar. Damage amp is just such a cool mechanic right now. I want to make sure Liquid has some. Venge is another hero I expect to see contested, along with the Rubik Enigma relationship. Both these teams love Rubik. Would be shocked if it made it through first phase.
This is a funny thing to see, by the way, in this matchup. The first ban from Team Secret. Secret banning Lone Druid. How often do you see that, right? This is a hero that other teams are banning against Secret because Matu is an incredible Lone Druid player and Nisha actually plays it well as well. And I was wondering if this was going to happen. I was actually going to say maybe they will ban Slardar first phase because they might have a free ban left over. Reason Secret are banning the Lone Druid, I think it might be Liquid's #1 comfort strategy is having Koifa on that hero. He's incredible on Lone Druid. This is the best.
This is how you use opening bans. Take away heroes that limit what your enemy's options are. Take away their win conditions. Slardar, as we just went over, like that's why it's a win condition for Liquid. In addition, the Lone Druid is arguably, it is their best. Like I've talked, Blitz is like the one thing he's comfortable with his friends sharing on panels. Like, yeah, if you leave Lone Druid, we'll pick Lone Druid. Koifa will literally beat anyone in any matchup with Lone Druid mid. It's just how it goes.
They've been very open about that, and they have also proven that they can win with that.
He's incredible on the hero. I don't like to say that there's one best player on a hero in general, because I feel like, you know, Dota isn't really binary like that. You're not like, it's hard to quantify that it's the best, right? Because sometimes you're really good at something, and then if it's that kind of game, you're going to be incredible, and then it's a different style of game. So I think, for example, Matumba Man, the way he plays Lone Druid is slightly different from Koifa. It's a little bit more aggressive and a little less farm-centric. So they're both like incredible in their own rights, but it's just in terms of what it brings to the team, it just feels like such a high-value ban against Liquid that you can't disagree with it.
With this Wisp getting first picked, do you think anyone's ever going to pick AA? Because I have not seen the hero, and I just feel like it's so strong and removes the broken part of Wisp that we've been talking about with this tether into immediate mech. It's like 1,000 plus healing. You could just stop that.
It counters one aspect of the hero, right? That's the thing.
Sure.
But if that's the key aspect in the game, then I can see it being good. So maybe if you can somehow pick the AA late, if you see, okay, this is an IO together with a region hero, like IO DP or IO Alchemist or whatever it could be, where both heroes really depend on that region to function, I think it could be cool. But the thing AA doesn't counter, it doesn't counter relocate, and it doesn't really counter the laning stage either. So, like, if you have AA laning against IO, for example, AA hates it because you can't harass them out. So.
And do you really want to save the AA or / support pick for 4th, 5th?
Now it has added value for me. Because now the carry is also a region-based hero. So I could see it being a possibility here. I don't think they're going to grab it. They're going to grab the Enigma for Taiga, probably.
This is one of my top 3 heroes against Wisp. Pure damage, massive AoE lockdown. You want team fight against a Wisp lineup, and in addition, you provide early game push. Wisp is weaker early on. If you can get tempo going, you have some HOD or mech push before 10 minutes, especially at the 10-minute catapult wave. Wisp doesn't really have much, especially with the Lifestealer as the partner, in addition to hard counter to Lifestealer. You just cancel.
It's really good against Lifestealer for sure. And the Void Spirit, I think this is the first time we see this picked since we've got here. I think it's been banned sometimes, but not too much. I think this hero is also great against IO. It's a hero I've enjoyed playing myself quite a lot lately, and I find when you're playing against these heroes that are really positioning dependent, like that want to stand in the backline to cast spells, like IO or support Lina or whatever, being Void Spirit, you just get in. Like, you have this instant jump, huge burst, you have control. It's really solid. You're a natural Euls purchaser, can deal with the relocate threat and everything. So,
and it's a flex pick for Team Liquid.
It is, absolutely. And it fits the bill for what we want to see, right? I think this is a hero that takes initiative in the game and takes command, and you want to have either, whether this is Boxy, it's probably going to be Mikke or Koifa more likely playing the Void Spirit. Just want them to do something in the game and play aggressive with it. So, let's go.
Let's go. We got Faces Void. Made it through to the second ban phase this time. I believe that's our most banned hero of the tournament so far. And the Silencer to make sure that there's no Global Silence to counter the Enigma. We don't see that ban very often.
Gotta get rid of the Rubik too, I would think, in this spot. And keep in mind that Secret always could run the Wisp core. I haven't really seen that nearly as often, but I know it's something they're capable of. It's just with the lifestealer you expect maybe to be part of, but I don't.
If they run a core, it's Nisha, right?
They've done it mid.
They have done it before. Yeah.
And we saw DP used yesterday by in our second series against a lifestealer and just absolutely dumpstered him. I think the silence that we talked about yesterday is just super underrated. Be curious to see if Liquid addressed the Rubik, because I just don't think you can leave it in playing.
If you ban out Silencer, surely Rubik would be one of them. If you want to give Taiga a free-ish game on the Enigma, they go for the Beastmaster first, though. Getting some, deny Team Secret some vision.
I think sometimes you can justify giving Rubik away when you have Enigma if you're building the strategy around the fact that the spell steal is in the game. Like, Enigma has other things to bring to the table than just Black Hole. If it's the kind of game... I mean, also Fate Bolt is kind of annoying against the Eidolon push, so it's not like it's just that one aspect of it. But if you set up for more of like a ball strategy where you want the Enigma to be the key part, and there's another threat to your strategy that's worse to face than Rubik, say, if you imagine you had like a huge summoning strat, maybe sometimes it would be worth banning Shaker over Rubik, just as an example. But
I was going to say, I thought they might take out Morpheer. It's a Mickey special, and in addition, it's just such great synergy here. It's another excellent matchup against the Lifestealer, arguably second best next to the Void, and you just shotgun kill the Wisp. And we saw that yesterday as well, where the Wisp just kept getting jumped on, and there's just nothing Viking can do. They first picked a hero, but he's dying at the onset of every single engagement. Just no impact.
So what carries do we see for Liquid now? So Void is out, Morph is out. What has Mika played recently? So a classic counter to Lifesteal is Razor, but the hero's just not very good right now. Like,
I'm not a believer anymore.
People are not playing Razor very much. Drow can work. We've seen that. That's also banned.
We saw him play Spectre. We saw him play Sven. Sven was obviously when he had an IO to pair up with, though.
Yeah.
All the best cores nowadays have some form of like built-in exponential scaling. Like Sven is an example. You just pop an ult and suddenly you're dealing percent-based bonus damage. Or they have some sort of massive team fight or burst potential or high reach, like Spectre. You know, it's just there's a lot of mechanics the hero has that are just kind of nuts. Razor's just there. You have a drums. Okay, I'm a BKB. Like, I can link this guy. God forbid you don't get the link off. Your hero's not real anymore. It's just suboptimal. They get rid of the Zeus. We've seen this hero coming up in prominence, going from the final ban phase, moving up into the second ban phase. I think it's one of those niche heroes where you have to pick it late in second phase or overall last pick for it to be effective. But yeah, if you're going to go Oracle, Liquid learned their lesson yesterday. They won the game, but it was against Mega Creeps, and the Zeus was a big part of the reason they were behind.
Yeah, there was definitely
the
something.
Rubik.
The Rubik picked.
Yep. I can't say it's too surprising. We've talked about it at length here, why it is good and what it does against Enigma strategies. Liquid kind of must have expected this against Secret. It's Yapzor. He loves playing the hero. You know what it does against the Enigma, so they have willingly given this away over Zeus, for example. So it just makes me wonder, okay, if they're banning the Zeus over the Rubik, what are they seeing here that Zeus would be a problem? Is it the global pressure with that plus relocate? Is it because it's good against the carry or the lane matchup?
I think it's more because they snap picked that PA, and I gotta assume they're comfortable playing against these two squishy backline supports, because you're now gonna have a Void Spirit and a PA core just going in. Rubik of Yapzor, like, he wants to go for this greedy build, you know, Aether Lens, a Blink. If he gets jumped on by these heroes, he will explode. And right now, there's really no save on the side of Secret, so they pick up a defensive frontliner to keep these supports safely positioned in the back. But into the Enigma, it can be a little tough, but the PA's damage output's going to suffer.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely a tanky hero. They're coming out for, I want to say most likely Nisha, but we never know for sure if Zai might play it instead.
That's one of the things about this Dragon. I think all three of the cores actually play it.
Yeah.
We're going to assume that the lifesteal will be played by Matsu, so it's going to be in either mid or the off lane, most likely. A hero I saw potentially here for Secret was actually the Storm, which I think could have had a lot of value. It's really good against Oracle. It's one of the heroes that can get in the backline Orchid you and kill you so you don't save anyone. I think it's good against Enigma. And against Void Spirit, not bad either with the Orchid once again. I wonder if Secret are a little bit too concerned with, what was it? Was it yesterday we saw this game? I think it was Viking that had the strategy with IO Storm, but Storm was their only catch.
Yeah.
And then it's a hard commit catch where you go in, you use your mana, and if that doesn't win you a fight, you have very little control. Dragonite's way more reliable with low cooldown stun.
I think we'll see something like Alina. I want a jack of all trades with some mixed damage, because right now Secret's burst potential just doesn't really exist, and you're playing against an Oracle, so you're just not killing anything in a team fight at the moment, and you're really kind of outgunned by Liquid with the Enigma in the back. You also, I think, are threatened. I like the OD ban. I think the next one has to be Necrophos, because if you give Liquid just a Necro with an Oracle behind him, like, you're never going to kill this hero. You're going to have a team fight advantage, and you're going to outscale when this PA gets that Battle Fury BKB Satanic online. I haven't seen any OD in this tournament, though. It must be something from scrims.
We have not seen any OD. We haven't even seen it banned until just now. Do you guys feel like Liquid with this lineup already will be able to set a tempo, as what we talked about before the series? Like, is this enough?
I like it so far.
For them to take the lead?
It's slow though, right?
Yeah.
I like the opening with the Void Spirit, and I think Enigma can pressure if you play it in the right way. But then when you go back for Oracle PA, I think you've slowed yourself down a little bit now. And it doesn't, I'm not going to say that Liquid can't win a long game. Of course they can. It's something I would have loved to see a little bit more, maybe, is just... Maybe if the PA was a slightly faster carry or a little bit more tower damage. They still have a pick left though to try to put on the pressure. But if Enigma is your only tower taker and there's Fate Bolt, it's not. It's gonna take a while.
It's a pretty nasty. Are you talking for Secret or for Liquid?
5 seconds
Which one?
remaining.
Who doesn't have tower push?
Team Secret's turn
Liquid.
to pick.
They only have Enigma, and
Okay, I
Eidolons are
swore
gonna
you
get Fate
said
Bolt.
DK. I was so confused. I thought you intentionally tripped me up. Yeah, they ban out the Storm.
They do
I
ban
think
it.
Pugna for Liquid could make a lot of sense here. Just for whenever you have an Oracle, I think having some form of secondary save just makes the hero so much more valuable, because you no longer really have just, oh, we'll give the Oracle and that'll be our win condition. It just doesn't exist any
5
longer.
seconds
They
remaining.
get rid of the Timber Saw on the side of Secret, so we might see them go for yet another strength hero here. Although, yeah, and there's a tiny. So they, man, do not have really any sustained damage at all. And to your point, Sind, the tower damage for Liquid might not be there, but Secrets really isn't either. You consider it's just the DK. And in theory, this is probably a tiny mid and an offlane DK, which...
I would say the other way around.
I still really like the Necrophos.
Yeah, it's an insane
It
Necro
looks
game.
really, really, really good here. And at this point, like, we can, as much as we want Liquid to play tempo, if Secret's lineup doesn't outscale them, which I don't think it would if there's a Necrophos. Necro PA with the save of Oracle and Enigma, you've got that late game insurance. You've got it covered. There's no real hard counter to Enigma in this game. So I could definitely see Necro having 3 good lane matchups, being able to sustain the game, build up, get these big items to stay alive in fights, and that will defend their towers and in turn give PA a great game. So I would love that hero here.
You need something that does percent-based damage. I could see it's a little nuts, but Bristleback, underrated
Also,
and really good synergy, but it's that same concept. You need something that thrives in long engagements. Secret's weakness right now is a lack of sustained DPS. If you have something beefy that can just walk in, stay alive, make it easy for the Oracle, Enigma, and Void to kind of play the outskirts of the fight. PA is the same deal. These heroes want to dive in, kill a support, and then kind of back off a little bit. None of these heroes just want to dive headlong into the melee.
You do make Silver Edge a pretty good item, though, if you go for Bristleback, right? Then you have...
Very true.
Then both Bristle and PA really don't want to get broken.
Huskar.
Okay.
Hero.
Bit of that cheese, eh?
Yeah, there you go.
Oracle Huskar.
It's the same hero concept.
The logic is pretty similar to Necro in the sense that the lane matchups here are good no matter who he's facing. It's a hero that plays well around the Oracle save. And I think his scalability here will actually, late game Huskar used to be pretty terrible, but with the talents that he has now and with the Oracle in the back, this is the kind of game that Huskar can actually carry.
Yeah. So I actually like it a lot. Here, I like it more than the Bristle, and it's different. The Necrophos, as you said, it's so slow. Huskar allows you to actually pay with pace, and now you already have the Void and PA who want to dive in. Now there's a Huskar to lead the way and actually just effectively just carve a path. I mean, middle linebacker charging forward. I love this pick. I really like what Liquid's got on paper.
You guys both think that they will take the first game based on the draft?
If I were to pick by the draft only, I think Liquid is favored here. I like the draft more, yeah.
Well, let's find out if they can indeed take a game of Team Secret of the opening game here. Lower bracket. Who's going home? Let's find out with OD Pixel and Fogged.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 of Secret versus Liquid. And Fogged, we're seeing Liquid do what they do love to do sometimes in the drafts. Come in with that final pick that's a bit of a gotcha. The question is how much of a gotcha is it, the Huskar? Because this hero, we don't see a lot of play from it.
I kind of like it. It feels like it fits really well with their draft. It's that aggressive hero that I felt that they needed to bring the draft together, because I felt like with this Oracle PA and the Enigma, it started to feel a bit greedy. I feel like they needed this type of hero to bring it all together and actually be able to fight early on, because I feel like Secret, they have a really strong draft in the first 15-20 minutes. If they can just start pressuring, a little bit worried for Liquid to just be able to respond.
Yeah, I mean, sort of overall, when you look at the game as a Huskar coming in as this last pick, do you think Secret, how are they going to be feeling in reaction to that? Are they going to be feeling a bit, or do you think they are going to have some solid ideas on how to react to this Koi for Huskar?
They have, DK and Tiny, these two heroes, not so great versus the Huskar, obviously, but Lifestealer overall in the game, he can actually do very well versus just a man fight. So that's where I'm feeling like they're probably worried in some fronts, but then Matumba's probably like, it doesn't matter if I get to this point where I'm massive. Like, if he's got this Deso, AC, Abyssal, he can always just man fight versus the Huskar. But then that's where the PA comes into play. That's why I like this Huskar pick, because it gives them that fighting chance to be able to get to that later stages, where Liquid's draft, if they get to late game, if they get to these late stages, PA Enigma, they can really take over, and Secret has to kind of outplay with some Rubik and some crazy kind of plays.
Let's see. See how we sort of start things off. I mean, this mid matchup, how hard is it going to be for Nisha against the Huskar? Like, actually, top lane, Zai might be in a lot of trouble here. There's 4 heroes going for him, and he's going to go down. Quite able to grab it as well. So. Not only probably what's going to be quite a good lane for this Huskar. Huskar that's just picked up first blood. There's Io.
And Puppy's dead too.
He is. The blocks are there. He can't get back and can't get away. Liquid starting the game with 2 kills.
The Boxy Orb of Venom playing the 4 position this time around, as Taiga is going to be playing that 3 as the Enigma. That's how they usually do their role switches. Seeing Secret get aggressive here, level 1 with the open wounds. Push Taiga away a little bit there. But yeah, Koifa getting the first blood. He's going to have a bracer coming out pretty much immediately. So that should be pretty good for him. I don't know if I've seen this matchup too much. Nisha, he does have a good base damage advantage, but I feel like one level start to kick in, Huskar can push him out a little bit. I don't know. I think Nisha might be able to hold his own here.
Yeah, well, we'll see sort of how much Koifa's able to slow Nisha down in the matchup, how much harassment he can get away with.
They're actually doing a full tri-lane to start for the PA to secure the lane, and they're just going to leave the Enigma bottom at the start. Yeah, this is a good move here by Liquid. I like when I see teams do this. As long as the solo person bottom doesn't get picked off. Oh, it's Taiga, he does up a bit far.
See, he does go pretty far in, close towards them, and with the fade bar, the right clicks, Taiga goes down. Yeah, definitely. He was not ready for that. He underestimated the damage output, even though he was just able to feel it, because they did start to go on him, of course, around that rune spawn. So you would have imagined that Taiga, he would have known what to expect, but he didn't, and he's dead.
Yeah, and then he tries to use his what's he Boxy get Puppy while he's sniping some couriers, but we see Taiga tried to block the pole camp bottom with his Eidolons, but he actually didn't. So we're gonna see Yapster. He's gonna get the pull off. This is gonna be a really strong lane for Secret, and Liquid, they're just keeping that tri-lane for now.
Oh, we'll see how much Zai is able to farm against the tri-lane. And see it, if this is indeed going to allow them to just get this completely uncontested free farm for Mickey.
So again, just getting pushed away from the wave. He is going to be able to start getting some experience. He is already up to 2. It's going to hurt the experience of Liquid, though, as we did see Puppy, when he got in there and he did die, that's one of those deaths that can be kind of valuable, because he blocked the camp from them to be able to pull back, and he got a courier kill. So now Liquid's top lane is splitting experience in 3 ways, and they have no way to pull it back with the way the positioning of the lane is for Secret.
Yeah, so these supports, I mean, Boxy in particular, like an underleveled Void Spirit feels like it's going to be pretty underwhelming, if Boxy doesn't manage to get some levels.
Yeah, he really wants to ideally get like the boots before he really starts moving around. They're about to hit level 2, then maybe they can look to make another aggressive play with Boxy.
Trying to get it onto Puppy. They've got the root. That'll set up for the Remnant, and that'll do it. Nice little combo there from Liquid.
In mid lane, we are seeing Nisha. He's actually holding his own. He's having to spend a little bit more on that regen, but he's getting the last hits. You know, the damage, you do have a little bit better damage compared to the Huskar early on, especially with your tree grab.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of melee heroes would struggle heavily against the Huskar on these first few levels, and Nisha's doing a solid job against Quakefer, making sure that he isn't getting bullied really at all by the Huskar at the start.
No. He just has such a high HP pool too.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, Huskar's just beating on you, but you're 1000 HP. So it's like this harassment doesn't hurt you as much. Yeah, looks like it's going to be free farm for Matu, free farm for the PA, and both of the offlaners really getting shut down.
I'm going to try and jump in onto Zai. They got the damage, but the Remnant's going to be pretty close here, Zai. And he's got the stick charges. He'll be fine.
Puppy still had his 10 stick as well.
Yeah, it does seem that, you know, even then, with all of them committing, just not having the damage, it's, you know, in this lane, Puppy's going to pretty much always be the target. He's the one that they can jump and pop.
Yeah.
That's bottom.
Trying to get their pulls.
That's it.
Bottom.
And he's going to start chasing down Tiger. Tiger, he'll turn with the pulse down. And he's just going to accept his fate here by the looks of it. There's no running away from these two. So Matu.
He's farming small camp with his Eidolons. I think he just knows he's going to die in that situation, so he tries to maximize.
Haste!
I mean, this is the difference right now, really, between the carries. Because of the dual lane versus the tri-lane, Matu, he's getting free farm and he's getting better XP than Mickey. So this start for the Lifestealer is going to be very, very good. To the point where I think, you know, Liquid, is there just nothing more they can put down to put pressure onto Matu? Is that just not the play? They don't have any ways to slow down this Lifestealer early? Because Matu, he's going to be just at the top of the board for quite a bit this game.
I don't think they can slow him down at all. Up top, Puppy getting gone on again. He has the tether this time around. Oh, he actually uses it during the Fortune's End, so it doesn't do anything. Actually used it at a wrong timing there. Probably gets picked off anyway, but...
I mean, and this is it's definitely paying off, right? You're running a tri-lane like this, Liquid, and you're getting this many kills that Mickey's involved in, right? 1-0-3 already. Finding a lot of action up top, over towards the river. Boxy able to pull back Zai with the Remnant, steps in, grabs the bounty rune away from him. Nisha has started to make the move, though. He's come up to the top lane.
He can kill all of them. They're all very squishy at this point. Level 5. If there's any type of setup stun, he will be able to pop any hero.
Up a little close here, Nisha. Can he actually get on top of any of them, though? They're running away.
Oxy's got the point held. He can still dissimulate if they do look to go on him right away. They're actually just going to clear the majority of the pull, so there's no pullback. And they're going to give Yapso the mid lane. Okay. Anisha will be able to fill up his bottle and get his boots too. Quakefer gets a little bit of a level advantage from that. And now Taiga gets some more freedom bottom, but Yapso gets to farm mid. Yeah, and I really do feel like this was the right choice from Liquid. I don't know what else Boxy could have really done with his game. Bottom, he would have literally just had to been chain pulling the waves over and over and over again, which just in this one versus Rubik and all that, he can get disrupted. He can get even chased down. As top, Nisha can't quite find Insania.
He's still trying to find something out of this. But it's hard, you know. Liquid are just not letting him have it. They're keeping their distance. Nisha can't quite get in on them. Mickey, though, might be in a bit of trouble here as he does get caught out by the stun. The combo, though, not nearly enough as he's able to jump to the side. They're trying to dive in for him. Slow with the dagger, an extra TP backup coming in from Liquid as Boxy's in, and Secret. They're just, as much as they try to force the action up top, they're not quite being able to get any kills with this Tiny's presence.
No, and Nisha just slight miss in combos there. He has to get the toss on the target during the avalanche for all that big bonus damage. Range creep bothering him.
Bottom lane, Tiger. Nice little move there from Yapso, actually lifting the Eidolon to throw it into Tiger. As he knew that he wouldn't actually have the time to get in range for the actual lift. So actually a bit of a misread there from Tiger, allowing the Eidolons to be in range of Yapso's lift.
Nice play from Yapsor. And yeah, Matu, like we said, he's going to be pretty explosive this game. His armlet timing is going to be pretty ridiculous. And Secret, they're going to be the ones pushing the envelope in this game early on. Zai, again, getting gone up top. He has a lot of stick charges now, though. And he's up to level 4, so much tankier.
And it's just, because my sort of question is, what is the job going to be of Quakefer's Huskar? Because I feel like you picked this hero so you could just totally bully out the enemy mid laner. That didn't really happen this game. And I feel like the carry, Matu's Lifestealer, it's not really a hero that the Huskar threatens too much, right? Matu's going to just pop rage and turn and punch you back. So what does the Huskar achieve this game?
I think it's exactly what the panel was talking about, those long duration fights where he's going to be this strong fighting force and he'll survive the big burst damage. Because Secret, it's all about just that instant pop for the majority of their heroes, except for the Lifestealer. He has to just be very careful of where Matu is. And Matu having such a good start in this game, I feel like that's a little bit of a worry for Koikva. As Koikva getting set up in mid, not going to bother to combo. As the rune, I guess, was just killed up top. Didn't see which one it was.
And do you think I mean, this feels like a game where, you know, for Zai and Matu, the Halberd's going to be a pretty juicy item, right, against Liquid Saber.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, do you expect we will see some sort of mass Halberds coming out?
I'm wondering if Matu wants to. I think Matu might just be able to go for his more aggressive build. Okay. I think he can just do the Deso AC Basher build, and he can just eat the Huskar all game, and then his teammates can deal with kiting and all that of the PA, and eventually he has to go for MKB. I don't know if Matu can go for the slot of the Halberd.
Sure. I mean, it's just if he's got the damage and control, you know, it doesn't matter if the Huskar's hitting back, because with the rage, the Lifestealer is just going to tear him apart much quicker than the Huskar can do anything against him.
The evasion is always nice versus a hero like PA in particular, because you also have that evasion talent at level 20 on a Lifestealer, so the Halberd plus the evasion is going to be nice, but like I said, I feel like he has bigger item priorities in this game.
Mid lane, Boxy, just trying to find himself some levels here as the Void Spirit.
He does need them. Koikva is going to go back up and finish that armlet. Pretty good timing. And it is not just a Huskar too. That's the other thing we do have to always remember, is they picked it, sure, sometimes to dominate the mid lane, but it is with an Oracle. Yeah. So it has this huge power spike whenever they are fighting around it.
No, he's got the armlet finished as well now. I mean, for Koikva, is he going to start to look to get active with the armlet, or you want to go now?
Yeah, I think you go help your top lane a little bit. Even though Mika is not really getting pressured at all, just go and counter gank if they do ever make an aggressive play. Mika is getting from treads and a perseverance on his way to the Battle Fury.
It's a bit of a jump onto Zai. Zai's got the backup of Yapso and Nisha. Koikva is going to jump in with the combo onto the Rubik, but the tether's in. They're able to keep Yapso alive.
Yapso in.
I mean, I guess it saved everybody else. It was like, take Yapso. We're fine. Meanwhile, down bottom, Matu, he's able to get himself a solo kill onto Tiger. But yeah, I guess, I mean, was he trying to toss someone else in or something else over?
I think he just tossed. He didn't think about it. He just tossed. It was right toward the end of the fight. Yeah. He just threw him. You see the courier for Matu actually heading up top, so I think he's going to TP top, pick up his armlet. They're going to look to pressure this tower hard. Zai hits 6.
Straight away, he's trying to make a move onto Mickey, but TPs are going to come in. They don't have the damage. Mickey's actually going to turn and jump in onto Zai. Got the root. Koikva onto the side as well. Matu's turned up. Trying to punch into Koikva, but Koikva with the armlet toggles, keeping himself at a good HP. Matu is going to move in onto Mickey. Open wounds to slow him down, but Mickey, he's actually out of it straight away. Just goes for the TP out. Koikva pops as Matu's trying to chase in. Nisha has got the combo on Koikva. Not enough damage from him alone. They're stepping in, disarm one another. Insania trying to give Koikva the heals to keep himself alive. Another avalanche comes in, and they've got the damage. Koikva goes down. Insania cannot save him. Toss forward on the IO. They'll pick up both for them. Nisha with the double kill. And that's, you know, for Liquid, that's worrying, right? If you're losing your Huskar in these sort of moments.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about, how Secret's going to look to play. They're playing in versus a PA who's going Battle Fury and an Enigma. That's why we were saying this draft from Liquid, it has that greed where the Huskar, that's why they picked it, to try to alleviate from that greed. But yeah, Koikva showing up, just getting popped, the full 5 men of Secret coming in, and it's before the 6s kick off onto the supports. Boxy, he had just gotten his afterwards. Insania, still not level 6, so he can't false promise, get these type of saves where they can look to reset the fights. Great move from Secret.
We'll see if Matu sticks with this or if he changes his mind, but this does seem pretty nice, right? He knows how strong of a start he's having. Armlet into the MKB, destroys the PA, and really sort of makes the Huskar's probably going to want to get a halberd himself. This MKB is going to do everything.
Oh, Matu. Mid.
He's got the rage, and he's trying to run. Is he able to get out of here? He is. Toggles his way back to safety. Liquid cannot burst him in time.
Thought they were going to throw the black hole on him just to try to kill him, but I guess Yapso is in the area. He didn't want to give a steal, even if they do get the kill. As Mickey, he's spotted down bottom. Nisha's on his tail.
The Zimba's rune is going to catch him off guard. To try and block him up by time for the TP to come in from Yapso. It's not quite enough by the looks of it, Mickey.
He's gonna... Oh, I thought he was gonna keep chasing. Guess he doesn't know where the rest of the team is. Mickey will be able to disengage, and Mickey, very lucky to survive there. If Nisha's a little more patient, maybe he can look to set up and get the kill with the TP, but yeah, Mickey's gonna be able to back up and finish that Battle Fury, and he has a lot of stacks already prepared for him.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very quick Battle Fury.
Yep.
Which is, you know, as Liquid...
Punching, though.
Yeah, because Liquid put everything into that basket, right? With the tri-lane setup, they're just making sure that Mickey has this pretty much perfect start in terms of just the speed he gets the Battle Fury. See the setup here onto Matu. Instantly pops the Rage. It's going to turn over towards Quite for Nisha. Maybe thinking about going in on this.
Koikfa has to be very careful how he turns onto Matu every single time in this game. Matu is such a good start. Just as we see, he eats him alive. Liquid, everybody's sitting around the mid area to try to slow down the push, give Mickey time to farm, finish up that Battle Fury. Which he's got. Very good timing.
Yeah, because the work for Insania is going to be, you know, he's going to be able to be very decisive in these fights. So I feel like once the MKB's done on Matu, he can pop Rage and go for either the Huskar or the PA. One of them's got to be saved. You know, that false promise is only going to be able to help one. Matu's just, as soon as that save's going to come out, it's just going to turn and tear apart the other. So, so he's got the damage with the combo. They do. Tiger, again, he's having a bit of a rough one here on the Enigma. 0, 5, and 0 this game.
He really is, and he's going for this straight Blink Dagger so he can try to catch them off guard, but he's playing into a lot of disables, a lot of damage, and a Rubik. This feels like it might be a little tough for Taiga to get any type of positioning for himself.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, it was a very bold Enigma pick, right, coming out rather early in the draft as the second pick, and Secret definitely bullying that fact. They've got the answers for it, and not allowing Tiger to have an easy start to this game at all. He's over to mid, Nisha, combos out, Poxy able to jump away with the Dissimilate, and he'll live. He's out of there, Matu still taking the tower though, hey, quite
he's behind.
He gets the denied. So nice try with the wraparound to open in onto Insania. Matu stepping forward, slows down with the open wounds, Nisha's in with the combo, Insania's gone. Matu tries to turn towards more of them, but still, quite for Boxy and Mickey. A little too scary for Matu to commit any deeper into.
Nisha's actually just so farmed. He's over farming like the Huskar, which is not something you want to be seeing as Liquid. You want to have this Huskar quite a bit more farmed than the Tiny. Nisha's just gonna start running away, being able to pick off these back heroes super easy. Yeah, Boxy's even at risk of almost getting popped very soon.
Nice, impressive stuff from Nisha, especially considering there was that moment where a lot of time was spent top in the laning stage where he wasn't able to find anything, but the kills that he has found after. These 4 kills have really given him it all. And now having that additional...
Matu's just on the prowl every single time he sees Taiga. Taiga does get the blink delivered in time, though, to disengage. But Matu's like farming a camp. He sees an Eidolon spawn and get usage, and he just starts running directly at Taiga. He's playing super aggressive on this Lifestealer.
Yeah, I mean, I think he feels, you know, at the moment, the Black Hole is the only real threat, right? Most of the things, Rage, TP... He's going to be feeling pretty safe out on the map, Matu. And goes to showing his scores so far, 3-0-4. They just haven't been able to kill him.
No, he's really owning. Just as this Lifestealer who got all this free farm, and now with 2 cores, his 2 main cores have Blink Dagger. Nisha, oh, can't quite finish off Boxy.
And Boxy is actually trying to turn and hunt maybe in the trees. And Nisha is away, and you know, they've got the 2 jumps now. Zai also having his blink complete. Still there as the moments pass. Mickey getting very close to the death zone. It's one component away from it all.
So getting away with all of these stacks too, and he is playing versus these very frail heroes that I've seen people pick PA versus a lot. The IO and the Rubik mostly, but these 2 heroes in the backlines, they can get popped. PA and Void Spirit can get on top of them very easy.
See top Nisha.
It still feels like it's going to be really hard for Mickey, even when he has Deso, to just show up. There's so much burst and just nuke damage coming from Secret.
Nisha's hunting. He's hunting deep, and he's going to be able to find him. He's going to catch him here. Zai comes in as well. They've got the stun. Tiger dead yet again. Still just struggling to get, catch any sort of break here against Secret.
That's going to be pretty much the MKB finished for Matu. Phase boot, armlet, bracer, and almost an MKB by the 18-minute mark. Because he's going to probably get the last hit. and then finish up a few camps. Yeah, he's going to be absolutely enormous. And he can actually show up to all these fights, like I was mentioning. Mickey, I feel like he really needs the BKB to turn up. He can show up for some cleanups at the end of the fights, but if he shows up early on, I feel like they're just going to focus all their burst on him. And he's still fairly squishy. 1600 HP, but there's so much nuke that Secret does have at their arsenal. Does feel like they just need a little bit more time. But Secret, they're going to start forcing more.
Wow, straight.
KB finished, straight into the pit.
It's going to be quick. With the armlet and the MKB, Matu punches hard. And Liquid, they're not in any sort of form to contest this. They're all split up across the map. They're not going to be aware of this one going down. A Secret, they're going to be able to find this for sure.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So there we go. Aegis on Matu. And also Echo Saber on Nisha. The items continue to fly out. Nisha, he's ready to go in a second. Avalanche onto the three of them. Zai stepping forward, jumps in. They're looking to take out Insania immediately, and they'll be able to do so. Torn apart, Insania's out of action. It's Matu. He's trying to run it on to Quakefer. He's got the open wound slow. Does he have enough damage? Quakefer, he's going to try his best with the toggles, but he's not going to get the chance to. Nisha's in with the combo. Quakefer down. As Secret, I mean, this game at the moment, it really is for Liquid. It's starting to be all about the PA, right? Mickey, he's having the flawless game 2-0-3, but both Quakefer and Tiger, their two other cores, are starting to really lack any sort of impact.
Yeah, I mean, Koikva's game really feels like it's over at this point. It's really just Taiga and PA, and it's the greed it's hurting Liquid a lot. Secret's just completely exposing it, taking advantage of it, and they're going to start getting these items flowing in at just a faster pace than Liquid, and it's these items that are just going to be the counters, because now they've already dealt with the Huskar. Now you just start itemizing and countering versus the PA and that Enigma, because everything else is already solved for you.
Is under attack.
I mean, Liquid...
They even already have a lot of the big tool versus the PA, like we said. You know, that MKB so early. Zai, he's going for that halberd too. So, yeah, they're ticking all the boxes of how they need to just counter this PA.
I mean, it's sort of outside of Mickey on Liquid's side. Can these four heroes make moves into Secret right now? Or is it just going to be a case of try not to feed too much whilst Mickey farms the map?
I don't think they can make moves at all anymore, especially not into this Aegis that Secret was able to get for free. And I mean, they're running away with the game. It's gonna be Mickey versus the world, and he's still quite a ways from that BKB. Secret's they're running away with the game.
And it's not like, you know, that these are necessarily cores that the PA straight up deals with, especially with Matu's build, right? If once he has the AC on top of the MKB, you got to roll some pretty lucky crits. Otherwise, that lifesteal is going to eat you up before you're able to really put a dent into it.
I mean, all three, like you said, all three of the cores. Like, look at his armor on lifesteal when he has AC. He's going to be like 20 something plus. Tiny naturally 21. DK naturally 27. So yeah.
Let's see, I mean, Liquid, we've seen them do this before, where it's sit back and hope that Mickey carries it. It's a strat they've tried multiple times.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Bottom, Boxy. I mean, it really does feel that pretty much all members of Liquid are just, other than Mickey, are just not having a good game here. There's not a lot they can do.
No, not into the full squad of Secret when they start grouping up like this, and they're not stopping. Straight onto the high ground. Still having that Aegis for a healthy amount of time. No BKBs at the ready still. Mick is still a little bit away. Taiga's still very far away, and Nisha's in.
Hit straight away, gets the toss back on a Quakefer. They're going to commit and straight away looking to take out this Huskar, and he's going to be burnt down before Insania can get anywhere close enough to offer any sort of save. And Quakefer's having a buyback here at the 21st minute, very early on. Hurting his farm, and he's heading in. Matu's just going to turn, start beating back into him. Jump into the creep. The dance around here, but this melee rack's falling low. Matu's ready to jump back out. He's going to go for Quakefer again. Try and force out the promise from Insania, and there it is. Insania puts the false promise to keep Quakefer alive. They get the pullback with the remnant onto Matumba, but Matu has got the Aegis. He's going to be back for a second round here. And he's able to step away. They can't commit onto the lifestealer after he comes out of the Aegis.
No, Secret just hanging back, waiting for them to reinitiate. Yapsor with the blink, Nisha with the blink dagger, sitting back.
Are fortified.
It's the fortification pop now too. So Secret can reset. Just wait for Rage to come back up if they want to go again here. And Liquid, I mean, it's just so hard as well. I mean, for Tiger, he's got the blink, but how does he ever make any sort of play while Yapsor's waiting in the shadows?
Mickey has to cause chaos in the back. He's wrapping around with his BKB, looking for Yapsor and Puppey.
Okay, the rack's already going though. So Mickey's got to do something pretty big, but he's already been found. They've lifted him up. He's now going to put the BKB. He's looking for a target, but Matsu's just eating into him. He has to jump up to the side. He's looking at Zai. Mickey, has he got the damage to take down this Dragon Knight? He does. Finds the crit. Zai goes down. Now he's got to try and look for more, but the BKB has ended. Buyback comes out from Boxy as Liquid look to try and chase into this Tiger. Blinks in, but Puppey is already able to take him out back to safety.
Secret's still hanging around, but Matu, he's ditching. Can they get the tether off? It doesn't look like it. They're going to just leave Puppey. They got what they came for. They got the buybacks as well as the racks.
Yeah, racks are 23 minutes in. Very, very early. That is the money for Matu to have AC completed on top of the MKB and Armlet.
And Nisha has a Silver Edge too. So he can hunt the PA himself as well now too and break him. Even also he can break, I mean, breaking the Huskar too is also going to be pretty nice in a lot of situations. And ooh, a DD spawns right in front of Matumba Man down bottom.
Very nice. That's who's going to be a very happy live stealer hit. 507.
Does give Liquid a little bit of time to breathe and get this farm that they've been trying to get for this whole time for Taiga. Try to get him this BKB, but he's into a natural counter. He's into the Rubik, so it's not going to be this big, you know, big blink BKB black hole that's uncancelable. Yapsor can steal it, and he can blink and black hole himself.
Yeah, and Yapsor will steal it. It's Yapsor, you know what I mean? It's going to be incredibly hard. I mean, they have to pretty much kill Yapsor. I think like we saw there from that 10 from Mickey, that's going to be his job. He's got to try and find that Rubik, kill that Rubik to open up the floor for Tiger to actually find the black hole onto these big targets like Matu.
I feel like Boxy, Mickey, and Koifa all just have to do the most chaotic thing possible. Just jump into the back and force everyone to kind of go on them so that Tiger can get the positioning. They have to find Puppey and Yapsor, though.
Got to do something here. They're
fighting.
Losing a second. Rax it.
Radiant's bottom tower
Matsu.
is under attack.
Respect Quite for jumping in a little bit, but Puppey's got the heals.
This should make my life easier.
That's Mickey. How's he looking? BKB done. He's been thinking about what he's going to get next. Did have a Satanic queued up. Now he's changed it to the Basher. I mean, he needs a whole lot of items. He needs all the items right now. It really is him against Secret, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, even with these items, like he's level 18, he hits really hard, but like we mentioned, he's into these natural counters, so this armor is just insane. Like 38 on life steal, like we were mentioning, that's what it's kicked up to. Tiny's still at 20, and DK is just going to continue to improve. And they've itemized that they're starting to pick up those more items to deal with the PA.
Liquid.
BKB on Taiga, they're moving out.
Let's see what they can do with this smoke. There's already Boxy on the front. He's going to jump. He's looking for the support. Second jump in. Doesn't close the gap. And now Matu's he's running it. He's going to get disarmed. Zai jumping on the back lines. Tiger pops the BKB. Is he able to find an opportunity to black hole? He can't. He doesn't need to, though, for Zai to go down. They do get the DK. Nisha in with the combo. Jumps in straight away onto Tiger. And Tiger's out of the game. 50 seconds he's down for. Matu moves over to Koifa. Him, Puppey, and Nisha try to tie, but the crits are there. Mickey pops the BKB. Jumps in. Takes down Nisha. Now he looks over towards Matu. Matu being healed up by Puppey. Matu turning, punching back into Mickey. Now he looks towards Koifa. Koifa's going to be back up at full HP after the false promise, but now there's no further save. They're able to disarm Matu. Mickey, he finds the opening to jump in, clean up Yapsor, but Matu, he's the real target. Can they kill this life stealer? Mickey's in. Matu surrounded. They've done it. They've managed to take them down. They pick them apart one by one, and Liquid will hold the fight. They'll come out on top.
And it is exactly one by one, as you say it. They all literally just trickle in slowly but surely, and Liquid able to disengage and re-engage very nicely with the PA and the Huskar. And Insania, I mean, I'm not sure how he even survives, because the start of the fight was Zai blinking and stunning him. They weren't able to actually get on top of him. Insania with some nice positioning. Able to get his team a much-needed win, and that's without the black hole. Taiga still having it available for the next fight, and now Mickey, he's got his next item, and he's got 20 talent.
That's impressive fighting there from Liquid. And I think that was pretty much the one target that they really needed to have dealt with in that fight. Secret, they just did, yeah, Insania. He's getting off these saves and just this constant sort of disarm in between the rages onto the lifesteal. It just destroys Matu. He's sort of just having to sit there and wait whilst the enemy team gets such an opportunity to go on.
Yeah, it's really well done coming out from Liquid. These disarms definitely going to be something he has to worry about. Inner Fire, Halberd, Fate's Edict. These type of things will trip Matu up. Liquid getting back on the aggressive here. They still have their black hole available.
What jump they can get. Already get the remnant set up onto Matu. Just a bit of a poke. Nisha comes in with a combo. He takes out Insania. This time there's no Oracle for the fight. They lift up one. Koifa is going to get stunned. Buyback from Insania. He knows that he has to come across to help. As Koifa, he's falling low and he's gone down. As Insania cannot get back over to the action in time to save his Huskar. Trouble for Tiger. He's got the 3-man black hole. The setup for the cleave. They've taken down the DK. They've taken down the Iron. They've taken down Matu. Tiger finds it. He's in. He does it. Yapsor did manage to steal the black hole, but he couldn't do anything to help in time. A Secret, they've lost 3. It's been a slow game for Tiger, but coming in with that sort of black hole gives Liquid the opportunity here.
Such a good play from both Tiger and Boxy, finally coming in clutch. Boxy jumps in the back. He disables Yapsor, doesn't let him get the blink off. Sure, he steals the hole, but he can't stop the great jump from Tiger.
Under attack.
And just perfectly lined up for the clean.
This is just a solid team fight from Liquid. This is not easy to do against Secret. Secret having that lead, but Liquid just making the crisper moves and outplaying Secret in these team fights.
They do have to be a little bit careful now that everybody is respawning. Liquid has to watch their positioning now because Yapsor, he has the black hole. Taiga, he's not going to have it for another 2 minutes or so. And we're going to watch this. Insania gets jumped. Nisha dies very quickly because he's in the midst of everything. And watch Boxy as he's watching for Yapsor in the back lines when Taiga's setting up.
On. Back in the action, talk about Tiger. Does get found there by the old combo once again.
We'll see it right here. In bottom left of your screen, Boxy, he just goes straight at Yapsor. Doesn't let him get any type of spells off in between.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, it was Boxy and Tiger coming in clutch, yeah. And you can see Insania getting very hyped up by that one. I mean, it was an excellent fight. Excellent moves there from the team of Liquid. Secret, they're back in the game and they're back in the pit. This Roshan going down with no Enigma in action. This will be a free Aegis and cheese for Secret once more.
Yeah, they literally just ran out and found Taiga, killed him, and then just moved into the Roche pit quickly from there. Liquid not looking to contest that area. Are picking up themselves some items as well, too, to counteract versus Team Secret. The relocate's coming. Insania, he's far out.
That's a deep one here, Zai. Have to get the jump on Insania. Boxy's just been picked apart by Nisha, and Insania, he's not got any escape from this. He has got the false promise. He's got to use it, but this is going to be so much damage coming down onto him. And he, of course, did buy back for that last fight around the mid. So Insania, unless those heals are enough, no. He's out. 70 seconds, and he is gone. So big window for Secret to try and push in and at least take a second set of racks whilst this Oracle is gone for a minute.
I think they just look to connect mid. They can easily take this one. There's no black hole still available, and they still do have Yapsor with his. Don't think Liquid wants to even come near that Rax. They set themselves up in the trees up top. Secret, they're going to continue pushing here. 40 seconds, Insania.
Secret getting a lot from this.
Top tower is under attack.
These buildings melting to the orb and the AC. All about the potential black hole play, but as you say, Yapsor, he's going to be trying his very best to play around these heroes like Boxy that are going to come hunting for him.
Surprised they haven't checked the ward on the high ground. Okay, now they did. I was waiting for that. I'm like, Yapsor's playing very defensive, but he didn't check the ward. So now he's very far back in position, and they've got the inside.
He's in. See if we get the jump onto Boxy, but Boxy's out to the side. Nice pops, but the disarm will waste a bit of time with that. Get in, and already on the backlines, Mickey's finding the squishies. The Rubik's down. Has been disarmed, and now he jumps up. Look at Anisha. Anisha healed up by the tether. Matu's still trying to commit on the front lines. No creeps at the moment in the base. All of the lanes have been pushed out. Eidolon's mid have been taken away. As Mickey, BKB's out. He's able to turn on to Nisha. Black Hole's down to lock in Nisha. As Nisha, they control Puppy. They've got the damage. Matu, he's also caught in it. As they take him down a second time, he's out for 75. Liquid again putting together the holds. As Tiger looks for Nisha. Malefice is out. Mickey's in with the damage. Liquid push back Secret, and they keep that top set of racks alive.
instant line drawn down toward the mid lane, and Mikke, as we said, you know, for Liquid, sometimes it's good to put all your eggs in this basket. 11-0-8, he's having a great performance, and he finds the back line. He finds YapzOr to start the fight, picks him off before anything even kicks off, and then Matu, he's too far separated from his team, and they're able to just get their cooldown back off. The black hole comes right back there as the respawn is happening, and the great control onto Puppey from Boxy again.
And on the push now, Secret's turn to try and put a defense together. Still tier 2s up on the side lanes, so at most will just be the one Rax here that Liquid can take.
They don't want to waste buybacks, they'll give up the Rax.
Middle barracks are under attack.
They do know that when they respawn, they still do have that big strength anyway. They did use the cheese, they did have to expend the Aegis as well, but no black hole when they respawn, so they can look to clean up that last set.
Radiant's middle barracks
Liquid has to be very, very wary of their positioning as they do back up here. Mikke, he's about to hit 25 with pretty much full items finished, so he's at this very critical period for himself where he can carry the game. But they just can't get picked off. They have to play very accordingly to playing around that black hole and just waiting for Secret to make the mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, and the way that Mikke's been able to get away with it too. I mean, both supports obviously having the Ghost Scepters, but I mean, I've sort of been watching the front of the fights. What's been happening on the back? Is he just able to sort of just wait out the Ghost Scepters and kill them after?
He just blurred in and killed YapzOr in one stun.
Oh, okay.
It's an Abyssal and killed him. Yeah, he didn't even get anything off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, with the Abyssal, yeah, he's going to get the guaranteed kill pretty much on either of those.
And now, I mean, he's about to hit 25 too, so let's see which talent he does take. I think the crit's a better... Yeah, he takes the crit this game. It seems better versus the Rubik and the IO in the back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. Yeah, but the Abyssal is guaranteed kill on either of those supports to start every fight if Mikke finds them.
Yeah, I think they need Aeon discs on both of them now. YapzOr as well as Puppey. Yeah, Puppey's going for it. YapzOr's going for greedy.
He's going his axe. He's like, nah, I'll be fine.
Of course. Looks like he might need it, as Liquid, they're getting some time to get that black hole back up. Look at Taiga and Quake's positioning during all this, just sitting at tier 4s, because they know that it's all about just them playing around this timing for them to have a chance in this game, because all they have to do is hold a couple more times, and they can fight off Megas. It'll be hard, but it's a very Liquid style to fight off Megas.
It is, they love to do it like that.
Yeah, look at Mikke's positioning too. All the way in the bottom right of the map, just ensuring that they don't get picked off during this very crucial period.
And honestly, I would be surprised. I feel like if Liquid's going to win this game, they're only going to win it if they do get megged, you know. So.
Oh yeah, and it's only if it's 60 minutes and they have like double refresher on Taiga or something. A very Liquid-esque style.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if Liquid wins this, we're going to be here for another 30 minutes. At least. There we go, Liquid out.
Do they have the Satanic? Yes, they do. All right, Mikke, he is full spent.
Yeah, he's going to be a tough one to kill. Very tough one. Nisha is going to get jumped here. Nisha, he's going to save himself temporarily. The Ghost Scepter, Tiger's in on the side. He's going to lock down Zai and Matsu with the black hole. He's caught the two big targets and Matu's gone. Mikke's in with the damage. They get the kill. They're able to push Zai onto the side. Mikke and Quite in on top of them. They're taking down the DK. Zai and Matsu, they don't have buyback. Dead for a minute. I mean, again,
just like the last fight, Boxy gets on top of YapzOr and stops him from getting anything off. He has the black hole stolen, but he just can't get it off to save his teammates because of Boxy throwing his life away from them. Nisha.
It's going to get Tiger hit. He's able to find something on the way out, but I mean, yeah, again, the way that Liquid are playing these fights is, you know, you can feel it there. Today, they're absolutely in tune with one another, and they're doing exactly how they need to.
They had to wake up a little bit in that early game, which, I mean, it was hard for them to play just because of the nature of the draft. But now that things are kicking together, they're playing really well around their vision, and Nisha has to be careful. He just was walking under a ward. He's able to back away. Yeah, Liquid doing a great job when they're able to dictate the fights, when they're the ones starting and kicking everything off and getting a good positioning.
And with these fights, I mean, Mikke is just getting so much further ahead of Matumba, man. You know, Matu, he keeps dying. They keep being able to find him. And because of how much damage Mikke does have now with that level 25 talent, you know, the lifesteal, it's irrelevant, his armor. You know, a few crits and Matu still gets chunked through by Mikke. And yeah, Mikke just still yet to die.
Yep, looks like they're setting up for some type of sneaky play on Secret here. The Infest on the DK, Tiny in the front lines. They were pinging the racks, so maybe thinking about just beelining for it and just taking out at least the range racks as it is low. Gonna pick up their neutral items. Timeless Relic, Illusion Escape. Timeless Relic for Yapsor. That'd be pretty nice if he wants it. They're actually just going to keep it on Nisha for now, though.
And we'll see it as well. Yapsor. I think he's been had a bit of a talking to. He's not getting to go his Ags.
He switched it.
Yeah.
I was just about to say the same thing. I was like, when you see Yapsor swap from going for the Aghanims, that's when you're starting to feel like it really is so important for him to get that black hole off, as we're seeing now. Taiga's just doing a great job of finding the targets. And now black hole's available again. He's got the ninja gear at all times now on Taiga too, so his positioning is going to be, it's going to be good. And eyes on Boxy for him to just interrupt Yapsor every time. Pop is pushing in, Zai with the illusion escape. Those have a big wave going in there. They're gonna have to address that. Range will die very quickly to this.
Illusion. Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, see they're actually able to get there in time. Ah, okay, the creep spawning.
Creep spawning, yeah.
Not slow enough.
Die though. They gotta get over there. Mickey will be able to, so he'll be able to make sure that their range rack survives, and Secret able to get outside here. And they do have the Abyssal Blade now also on Matu, so a secondary form of canceling that black hole if Matu's not in it, even though he's been in it every time. They now have another method.
Vanished.
Liquid.
Not gone.
Coming in from the side with this smoke. Foxy is going to charge in straight away. Look for Puppy. Quite's in as well. Is there any safe for Puppy coming in? He's able to get to the side, but no, he goes down. Yapsor, he's in. He's got the black hole. He gets it over the three of them. They haven't got anything to cancel it. As he gets a pretty good duration off there. Yapsor, I think actually got the damage to follow up though. It doesn't look like it because
Matu's dead.
He's turned up. Matu's gone down. They just stick around and hit this PA. There's nothing to hit the PA. Mickey, he's just untouchable. Even with Yapsor able to find a solid black hole, it doesn't matter. They still have nothing at this stage of the game to deal with Mickey.
Mickey just shows up after the black hole and he kills Matu in a matter of seconds again. Matu for what seems like, the fourth time in a row, he's just getting killed every single time when the fight starts. He can't keep himself alive.
I mean, I feel that
he was dead first.
That's just how it's going to go now. We've seen it so many times. Mickey's just cleaning up every single time. And they, at this point, with those deaths on Matu, his progression has just stopped. If he's not able to sort of deal with him now, and up top, black hole is going to be dropped on Taiga. They find Nisha out in the jungle, and they're going to be able to kill him. Nisha dead for 2 minutes.
Rest well. Your death has come.
They might just be able to. They might just be able to take the game.
I think they might be.
20 seconds for Matu, but
Mickey can just go in. Anyone he sees, he can just go in on
This will hasten my
There's no one alive that scares him, even when Secret's fully up. I don't think there's anything that scares him. They're going to look to close it.
they can't handle this PA. These heroes just cannot at all. Matu's up in 5 seconds. They got to buy time for him. All of Liquid, though. 5 heroes.
Zai going to try and jump in, but Quite's just onto him straight away. Zai needs help. He's going to get it. Relocate out the side. Puppy will save him. Trying to slow things down here, Secret, but Liquid pushing in around Mickey.
Radiant's middle
As the tier 4 goes down, the second tier 4 as well, and Mickey, he just jumps straight in. He's going immediately in for the big kills, tries to look for Yapsor, but Yapsor pops the Ghost Scepter. Mickey had to use the BKB for this. He's going to go back, hitting towards the tier 4s. Lift up there with telekinesis. Not enough damage is Mickey, or maybe with the stun. They're in with the lockdown, but the false promise is there. Mickey, he's going to be saved. He's going to be able to live. Quite throw over to the side, pushing Puppy away. Mickey crits through Zai. Zai has to buy back. Matu's trying to fight Mickey, but Matu, does he have the damage? Mickey being focused. Dragon Tail's done out. He's lifted up. They're going to be able to take him down. They get Mickey. Mickey falls. He actually
Trying back and jumping in.
Oh, okay, with the glyph creeps. He knows he's strong. He knows that he can go in these spells. They're on cooldown, so they can't stop Mickey this time around. He takes down Yapsor. He's bit. What? Mickey? Mickey's got to be careful. He brought back for this. Quite jumping in. Matu's trying to get over the walls and they get the flame ball. It's a dieback, but it might not matter because the 3 dead on Secret. The rest of the 4 members of Liquid are still up. The Ancient of Secret is exposed. Liquid, they're going to try and end it. They're going to look to end it. There's still a fortification. 10 seconds.
Just got the disarm.
Nisha's back up in 10 seconds. But can Zai and Yapsor hold long enough to buy time for at least Nisha to come in and help out? Yapsor jumping in, using the stolen disarm to slow things down. Boxy continuing in the Ancient. Quite he's back, able to punch. He's trying to end it, but Nisha's able to silver edge it. The break, push at the back. Liquid, they're going to be able to close it.
Holy moly.
Just another Liquid win, Fogt. Just another Liquid win. This is how they do it. They do it in their own way.
but in such a fashion, because they're behind this entire game, but they kept their cool. Mickey playing pretty much flawless this game. He was 12-0 and 14 throughout the majority of it, dying, of course, twice at the end there, but Liquid